Hola, hola, muy buenas tardes. Esperemos que este día sea un buen día. Vamos a continuar con la historia de Stormblood. Where man goes as one, there is life. And where there is life, there is cause to hope. And grandfather believed that, and so do I. But before we can forge ties with our friends in the Far East, we must first find a way to reach them. Oddhar is not exactly over the river and through the woods. I am one step ahead of you, dear sister, or rather Tataru is. But before we discuss that, there is another issue I wish to address. Much as I would like it if we could all make this journey together, someone will need to remain to serve as liaison to the Alliance and the Resistance during this critical period. Moreover, Ashistola cannot be left unattended. Then I should obviously remain. Very well, issue address. You know, Alfino, I would have been quicker just to use as and markedly less patronizing. Yes, I suppose. Would you be willing to look after Istola and provide support to Annenbald and the others? Yes, Alfino, I would. You see, that wasn't so hard, was it? Enjoy your trip and don't you dare return with a gift. No, I will do enough. No, I will not dream of it. Right then, sister, Jengo, Liz, gather your things. We are to Lin Salumisa. Ah, sí es cierto. Vamos a hacer estas cosas de acá. Seguro son rápidas. Estas alergias no dejan a uno en paz. A ver, espera un tantito. Okay. The Masai deceive me. It can be, but it is. Jengo Gonar, the Griffin's Bane himself. Yes, the general hero who defeated the Griffin at Obel's wall, bringing his plans of conquest to a thundering halt. I can think of no one other title than to aptly befits your prowess. I pity no one else seems to think so. But enough of that. What brings the illustrious Griffin's Bane here to the Castronorians? Super Marshal Brookstone has requested you assist me in my investigation? This is such a honor. I will do my best to not disappoint you. Ah, goodness me. What are my manners? Talamolok. Moklo. Molko. Military records. Officer radio service. I cannot offer much in the way of combat, but if you would have any inquiries regarding historical matters, you need only ask. Now then, let me apprise you of our current situation. Shortly after taking control of Cartoon Orient, we discovered a number of confidential documents left behind by the Guardians, prisoner records dating back to the beginning of Alamigo's occupation. As you might have guessed, a great many were conscripted and sent away to subjugate new territories, as especially a large number were executed as reminder of what would happen should any step out of line. That we weren't expecting, however, that a number of prisoners listed simply as whereabouts unknown. We thought perhaps they made some ill fortune during their imprisonment, or even escape, but we could find no other documents to suggest that became of them. Be they living or deceased, it is now our duty to find them, not just for our own records, mind you, but the loved ones as well. They deserve peace of mind of knowing what happened here. Well, that is whether it's an incidental, it will be no easy task. Ascertaining their whereabouts after 20 years, but I believe I know where we might begin our investigation. The Ananta have called this land some long before even the Alamigans came to settle here. And as luck would have it, the resistance have established cordial relations with Aether people. Perhaps they remember something or what happened all those years ago. Muy bien, creo que ya terminé de estornudar. A la amiga prisoners captured 20 years ago? Yes, I remember. When the Guardians gained their foothold here, they interned any and everyone, Striders and Anta, in Maderdot. Most were forced to serve in the Guardian military, dispatched to other lands from which they would never to return. If I'm not mistaken, the prisoners will remain here, taken to a small village to the south. I cannot say what transpired there, but the settlement was heavily guarded. I fear the was for them. A settlement to the south? Why? That would have to be Bittermill. I recall records of its residents seeking asylum in Gridania when Guardians first arrived. The place was almost razed to the ground. Let's begin our search there. Perhaps something of value still remains in their world. Puede que. Ay, extraño volar. What are the Guardians doing here? They cannot be allowed to leave. Get them! ¡Uah! ¿A dónde vas? Goodness. That's smart. Perhaps I should have devoted more time to combat training. Though no amount of training would make me match for the renowned Griffin's Bane. That was a magnificent display. Guardian soldiers were certainly the last thing I expected to find in these abandoned and otherwise forgotten buildings. I managed to catch them unawares, but I am quite certain this investigation would have ended poorly had you not arrived. Still, I find this quite curious. By all rights, the Guardians should be too busy contending with the resistance to waste time. In a place like this, what were they doing here? I'm afraid our search for answers has only raised more questions. If we are to make sense of any of this, we must search this place from top to bottom. After my heart returns to my chest. My heart. Uy, respira hondo, inhala, exhala. Bueno, ya me dio el current. No importa, vamos a hacer esto. Sorry to keep you waiting. I fear the battlefield is no place for a bookworm. If the gods are kind, we'll encounter no further distractions. Now let us begin our search. We are like to recover some ground. We like to cover more ground if we split up. Hopefully there is still some trace of the prisoners left here. This house is much too clean to have been abandoned for 20 years. Quiero esperar a que regrese la chica. Hi Jengo, thank goodness. I found someone while inspecting house. He seems unwell. Unwell? No. Definitely not. Certainly not. Yes, we are quite fine. But what of you? A little girl dressed in strange clothes? Quite strange. What? You have some nerve regardless of how I look. I am ranking officer of the order resisting other. Thank you very much. Now who are you and what business do you have here? Who? Yes, who? An excellent question. You are you, but who are we? Yes, we would like to know very much. Don't you remember? Well, is there anything you can remember? Remember, yes. Something about this place, something familiar, quite familiar. This is only a hunch, mind you, but I suspect he is not from this place. Considering his lesson, he is likely a Gridanian escaped from the galleons, or perhaps could be one of the missing prisoners. He will certainly explain the guardian soldiers from before. We need to take him back for questioning. Excuse me, sir, would you be willing to come back with us? At the very least, we'll be more comfortable than these dilapidated houses. And we may be able to help you recover your memory. Memories, sweet memories. Yes, we will like them very much. Alright, let's return to Castrum Oriens. My bro-beating commander will likely wish to meet you. I suppose it can be helped. Los personajes tienen diálogos bien raros. Possibly one of the missing prisoners to say, I expected such full claims for Lieutenant Molko, but if you would corroborate her report, perhaps this warrants investigation. On the further notice, he shall stay under the protection of Everson Alliance. Sir, without your respect, you cannot just... Lieutenant Molko, get this man a hot meal and a warm bed. When he has a bit of rest, see what he knows about Bittermill and the Galleons. It should not be long before we reach a resolution to all this. You are free to wait here until she finishes questioning our new detainee. La Molko. Tiene un nombre peculiar. I imagine Lieutenant Molko has finished questioning the detainee by now. Go and see what, if anything, she's learned. Oh, Jengo, I have just finished with questioning. Unfortunately, he can recall absolutely nothing of his past. The only thing he is certain of is that he escaped from Gaelan captivity. I'm beginning to believe he really is one of the missing prisoners. But where does Bittermill fit into all of this? I feel we have reached an impasse. It's not as if we can ask the Galleons what they were doing there. Or perhaps we can. The soldier who escaped us must know something to have problem about the area. He has to be taken into custody. Come, Jengo, we must speak with Serpent Marshal Buxton about assembling a search party. No stone can be left unturned. Serpent Marshal. You wish to capture the soldier you encountered at Bittermill? Well, you should know I have already dispatched a reconnaissance team. After reading Lieutenant Molko's report, I thought it prudent he be apprehended immediately. However, therein lies the rub. Will that manpower to sufficiently survey the area? In fact, I was just debating over who I should call to make a sweep of Odin's stash. There is no need For that, sir. Jengo, I will go. I realize I'm not the ideal discard to assist in this. ¿Pero qué? This, but I have to find them. Ok. Y con eso fue corriendo. Ok. Right. Híjole, estos ataques de estornudos no dejan. De repente empieza a molestar aquí, justito atrás. Y hoy no. Es un cosquillo muy incómodo, como si se hubiera atascado algo. A ver cuánto me dura el gusto. No voy a una cueva. Ni siquiera recuerdo haber visto esta cueva. On you are, Jengo. I have a bad feeling about this place. Ok, sigamos por nuestra cuevita. Una fogatita. We found him, Jengo. We really found him. What are you? These wounds. If he's not treated soon, he won't be telling anyone anything. He's like the bleed out if left unattended. Go and tell Serpent Marshal Brookstone we found him, and he needs medical assistance before he can be moved. Muy bien. Sacaremos ese de la barranca. ¿Cómo va la rolita? I may have searched high and low. Yet there is no sign for this runaway soldier. Estaba en una cueva. Requiere medicina. You found him at Lowe's stash? Say no more. Attention, this is Brookstone speaking. The subject has been found at Orwin's stash. Repeat, the subject has been found at Orwin's stash. He is severely wounded and in need of medical attention. Excellent work. Perhaps now we can finally get to the bottom of all of this bitter mill business. Porque este es el último. By all rights, my men should be back by now. Go and see if you can find Lieutenant Molko. I want to know what those guardian dogs were up to. Okay, continuamos. Jengo, I'm happy to report we managed to bring him back safely. And not a minute too soon. I planned to speak with him shortly after. Returning, but the illness won't permit anyone to see him until he settled and the bleeding stopped. I imagine we won't have to wait very long. Ok, a esperar. Since he's finally fit to speak. I don't expect you to be grateful, but I'd like to remind you likely wouldn't be standing here if we hadn't found you in the cave. Now stop talking. What were you doing out there in Bittermill? We were looking for someone, an escapee from one of our facilities. He lost his memory and was otherwise mentally unstable, so we knew he wouldn't have gone so far. I believe the man you are speaking of is already in our custody. We found him seeking shelter in Bittermill. He claims you captured him, though he cannot recall where. So he returned to Bittermill after all. I guess the past came back to haunt him, even if he can't remember it. Listen, my superiors are not like to show you any leniency. If you tell me everything you know, I will do all within my power to see your life spared. Do we have a deal? Miss, I may be dressed in their uniform. Would you be mistaken to believe I owe the Guardians any allegiance? I will gladly tell you. 20 years ago, a group of prisoners was relocated to Bittermill to assist in Guardians' more unorthodox experiments. They wanted to create a new chemical weapon, one that could leave buildings untouched while killing and everyone it came into contact with. Black Rose, I believe it was called. Vaya, la famosa Black Rose. That's horrible. Their intention was to drive back Eorzeans without wasting any of their own on the front lines. Of course, they wouldn't know if it really worked with the willing volunteers. And what better place than a village long since abandoned by its people? Not a single prisoner survived. Their test proving resourceful resounding success, it was only a matter of time before Black Rose would be deployed. Also they thought. To the surprise of many, the project was shut down before Black Rose could ever be used. The order came from the legatus of the 14th Imperial Legion, an interim leader of Alamigan Providence, Gaius Van Belsa. The Black Wolf would not allow the senseless murder of Eorzean's people. He saw them as future subjects of the Empire to be ruled, not savages to be slaughtered. Everything was to be destroyed, but the man behind the project would not see his work wasted, and ran off with the last remaining samples of Black Rose. He was promptly apprehended, but he already hidden away his work. They used every heinous tool at their disposal to make him told, yet he would not, or rather he could not, tell where he hid it. The doctor had already gone mad and couldn't remember a thing. I can only assume one of his experiments went wrong and ruined his mind in the process. Then that means that the man we found earlier, aye, that's him, Gilair Mace, former head researcher of the 14th Imperial Legion. Quedó bien coco, dígase. I can't believe that in current Mesos a man was a scientist in service to the Guardians. I think we have heard enough. Thank you for your cooperation. With your thing, Jengo, a part of me wants to believe it isn't true, but I see no reason why he would lie to us. There has to be some way to sustain his story. If the entirety of Vitamin was used for the experiments, it would be not easy to do away with evidence of such massive operation. No, there would have to be some lingering traces of the work, and if they couldn't dispose of it, their only option would be to bury it. We have to go back to Vitamin. Vamos a enterrar muertos. Ah, ya, son los que están como desaparecidos en lugares desconocidos. Alright, let's split up. There has to be something here, and I'm not leaving until we find it. Oh. Unos cuantos cadáveres para llevar, por favor. There is nothing really here. Chale, ven acá. ¿Será este? Nada, chale. ¿Sí viste? Okay. Your digging reveals a small metal container. Though you probably shouldn't touch it, the Tinamaco will want to know what you have found. You have found something. Una caja de metal. A metal container could be the missing sample of Black Rose. So he was telling the truth after all. There's no time to be sentimental. For hasty any mishaps in handling the container could prove destructive. Let's report back to Serpent Marshal Brookston. Ok, vamos de regreso. Mr. Malcolm, repórtense. We have discovered the identity of the man we thought to be one of the missing prisoners. He is Gilamai's former chief of researching for the 14th Imperial Legion, who oversaw the manufacturing of a chemical weapon known as Black Rose. After being determined, we have discovered that what we believe to be a sample of the weapon. We'd like to request assistance in retrieving it. Attention, this is Brookston. A container to be believed to contain a Garland chemical weapon has been discovered at Bitterville. I need you to get out there and retrieve it immediately. As for the missing prisoners, they were used as test subjects for Black Rose. There were no survivors. Sir, I don't believe we should allow the risk of such weapon falling into wrong hands. I agree, Lieutenant. After the weapon has been safely moved to a secure location, rest assured we will see to its disposal. As for Gilamais, his fair resides within the Council. Considering the weight of his crimes, his punishment will be quite severe. I must pity the man, but memories or no, his crimes cannot be excused. Lieutenant Molko, Jengo, you have done well today, and I'm sure you are both quite tired. Go and rest, you have earned it. Actually, I think I'll be heading back to Gridania to write up a report. The events of Bittermill need to be recorded that we might prevent such atrocities from happening again. I wish I could accompany you while longer, but I am sure the Grey Griffin's bane is needed elsewhere. Thank you again for all your help. I look forward to adding your feats Dating to or records funding. ¿Qué es esto? Anillos. Y ahorita regreso. Ok, de regreso. Veamos. Wilbrand was always Stola's domain. I haven't spent much time here, to be honest. I spoke with Oranger and Tancred all the way. To say they were surprised by your stratagem would be something of an understatement, but they did not dispute this topic. Tataru should be here any moment with our ship's captain. So you are going by sea after all. Is Merwick lending us is lending us our pick of the Crimson Fleet? Not exactly. You're right in as much as we will be traveling by sea regularly. It's simply not feasible for an airship to travel such distance without impossibly large fuel reserves. So to say nothing will of the inevitability of running afoul of Empire's aerial defenses. But then it is equally infeasible to sail an Eorzean Alliance vessel halfway around the world without the Empire taking notice. Which leaves us with only one option. Speak of the devil. Sorry to keep you waiting. May I present you Captain Carvalhain of the Kraken Arms. The Kraken Arms? Don't tell me you made a deal with pirates. Es lo que hay en Nimsa. Greetings and salutations, Science. I take it from your comrades' tone that you no longer wish to proceed with our proposal arrangement. Not at all, Captain. Please forgive my sister her outburst. She has ever been one to speak her mind. I, on the other hand, I am the very soul of discretion. As many well-respected personalities will attest, from the officers to the admiral to the high houses of Isgard. But what was? Oh yes, the Scions of the Seventh Dawn do indeed still wish to employ your services. However, it is important that you are aware of certain extenuating circumstances. A Nintendo security passage to the Far East, you came to us, knowing us to be the proud purveyors of Saint Region's finest spices, which you steal from ghost-free merchants out on the high seas. Whatever privateering the Kraken Arms may or may not engage in strictly within the limits of the law as set forth by our indefatigable keeper of peace. More to the point, we are pragmatics. I see considerable risk aiding your cause, and negligibly profit. Well, I for one think the captain has a point. What I see can be extremely treacherous, and many a poor unfortunate soul has come grieved out there of the waves. Why, when we were in Isgard, I heard tragical tales of how the heir to house during there vanished at sea. Even now, nearly 20 years later, the poor count remains convinced that his son still lives, and will pay Sultan's ransom for news of his whereabouts. Truly a tragedy for the ages, and testament for the misfortunes that may befall us should be out without due consideration. But so long as you are prepared to obey the capricious whims of fate, I am willing to oblige you this once. That said, in light of the recent rebellion, I trust you understand that I cannot deliver you to go myself. I can take you only as far as Kugane, in Hingashi. We will require time to procure sufficient provisions and make ready for departure. I humbly suggest you do the same. Bye. And so what just happened? I could have sworn he was about to turn us away and then he changed his mind. Blackmail, well is it? This is dangerous game for the two of them are playing. What guarantee will have a cargo when you stop us overboard? The poor little boy had only seen fortune summers when he left Isgard. Can you imagine what it must have felt like to finally be free to explore the world, beholden to all the stupid traditions of the Holy See? Just the saying that he never can return home. Without him, the Count de Duriaire must look everywhere for a successor. And the good Lord Janaquire is one of closer to being the next in line. Suddenly all those tours that Taro passes gaboting and capering the forgotten nights seem rather better spent today not. That said, I had intended to press the point more obliquely. There was something disconcerting about the pleasure that Taro took in making Captain Caroline squeal. That's a Tataro. Qué mala está Taro. I say we should heed the captain's advice and attend to our own preparations, while they ready the vessel for departure. Totoro and I will procure necessary supplies, and I should be grateful if you would use the time to brief Urianger on recent developments. You may also wish to review the relevant safety procedures in the event of an emergency at sea. How very prudent of you. Very well. I shall go and speak with him. What does Jengo Ali say? I would like the two of you to return to Revenantstall and speak with Ordoman allies. I fear we know too little of their homeland, and any information they can provide will be the most welcome. When we have completed our respective tasks, we will recommend him at the ferry docks. Agreed? Sounds like a plan. Let's go, Jengo. Vamos a Mordonga. Creo que era aquí. Sí. está listo. Well, here we are. We need to talk to lots of people, so I think we should split up. I was around at the House of Splendors. You take the Rising Stones. I'll meet you here after. Got it? Pues vamos. Higgity! It is Jengo. What is to the toast this day? What? You're for Doma? Heavens, you scions have shown us not good kindness. Whenever in my wildest dreams I imagine you will fight for our homeland. For 25 years we suffered under the itinerary, and then we spied an opportunity, the Emperor dead, Kaleman in chaos. It seemed time was right. Beneath our banners we gathered and fought to reclaim our nation. But when Sinos arrived with the 12th Legion, it was over in an instant. Hosan está... Okay. What is it, my friend? You look told as you have something to ask. Doma, vamos a Doma. That you go to join Yugiri and Gosetsu in the fight fills me with such joy. Forgive me my exuberance. You recall information, yes? We, the Nagai clan, have served Doma faithfully for generations. My ancestors held positions within Doma Castle, Now it is home to the Emperor Viceroy's witch and her host of men and magitech. To think that what was one shiny symbol of our heritage and the seeds of dear Lord Gaien has become a den of Gallian dogs. Okay. ¿Dónde está la otra persona? Homei-san. A ver, está regreso. Okay, a ver, Homei. You're truly planning to travel to Doma? I do not know what to say, forgive me. I shall aid you to the best of my ability. Ours is a beautiful land nestled on the eastern coast of Othard, among the banks of the One River. Our nation thrived proud and free until the Guardians came. 25 years ago. The river was our lifeblood, free to travel and to fish. But travel was unrestricted, and now the river belongs to no one. There you are. There anything interesting? The older domans I spoke with tried to teach me all about Far Eastern customs and the importance of formality and politeness. I like to think ours can be just as stiff as anyone, especially this guardian. But anyway, did you know that did you know that they eat with sticks? It wasn't all that hard actually, but at least that's what I thought until they told me I was holding them wrong. And then when I spoke to the young Ottomans, they just rolled their eyes and told me it was all a lot of stupid old. Well, the Unionist sounds a lot more useful. Unless someone invites us for dinner, of course, I hope they do. Tiene de malo que te inviten a cenar. Short. Right. No point waiting around here, is there? We should head back to Lin Salominsa. I've not said to meet at the fair docks, I think. Primero vamos a vender estas cosas. A ver, ¿qué más puedo vender? ¿Qué más? ¿Qué más? Pues que solamente es uno. Ok, ya con eso tengo espacio para un ratito. As surfaces supposes foods, wondrous sundries, plenty of clean undergarments. Yes, I do believe it. We have everything we need for the lengthy voyage. Instant las this, I'm glad we have got Tataru taking care of business. An army marches to its stomach. Tataru took that lesson to heart. You are returned, Jengo. I trust you learned much from our Doman friends in Revenant's Stall. I'm eager to hear it all. So that can wait until we have left the sport. We will have time enough to talk on our journey to Kugani. Our space training friends have completed their preparations, assuming you have completed yours. You may inform the deckhand that we are ready to depart. All set, lad. I'll sing you to the ship if so. Vamos. Oriente.
12 be praised. Full sure was I that I had come too late.
Urianger! Tell me you haven't come all this way just to see us off.
Nay, my lady. Ere you quit these shores for eastern climes, I wished to share some words of seeming import. Look ye where the sun doth rise. See crimson embers, darkening skies. Look ye where the sun doth fall. See azure lost amidst the squall.
Okay.
Well, that sounds suitably foreboding. Another one of your prophecies, I presume?
Of far eastern origin, aye. It is mine earnest hope that this ancient wisdom may serve to guide you on your journey. For what dangers lie in wait for you upon those distant shores are yet beyond my knowing.
A parting gift befitting your roundabout ways. Thank you.
I have more than words for you, my lady.
Ay, no dice. Ah, por fin su espadita.
It's beautiful. Is it for me?
Though undeniably powerful, your ethereal blade taxeth you greatly in the wielding. Not so this rapier, which shall serve you just as well against all but the most formidable foe.
Impressive. It feels as though it's attuned to my ether. I shall treasure it.
Honored guests, say your farewells, for the moment of our parting draws nigh. A fair wind blows, and I mean to follow it.
It would seem our ship is set to sail. Pray give my regards to Thancred and the others. And take care.
Ya está Razahan.
A fine day, is it not? Fair winds and following seas. The Misery is enjoying herself. Nevertheless, it would not do for you to spend the entirety of our voyage above deck. Let me show you to your quarters.
Supposed to do that?
Not under normal circumstances.
Captain! You're needed on deck! Something queer's afoot. The winds died down, the waters went still, and all of a sudden, we were dragged off course.
Dragged? By what?
Can't rightly say, sir. But some of the lads are muttering about seeing things in the water. Things that shouldn't be there.
Oh, for the love of... If you will excuse me a moment. Actually, might I persuade you to join me? Loath though I am to admit it, I have a bad feeling about this.
Odd. Both odd. Well, do we have any idea what's going on? No. As the men say, despite the lessons of wind and current, the misery is something is somehow being pulled off course. But why don't you fire the several engines and have hidden below? Engines you have hidden below. An excellent suggestion, but based on knowledge you should not have. Alas, our engines appear to be malfunctioning for reasons that escape my engineers at the present. I'm telling you, Captain, it's them. Things the lad saw. Things? I don't suppose I could convince you to attend something more descriptive, an adjective for example. Sea Wolf superstitions and fairy tales, not more. But as you must know, the things which he is so reticent to name are the souls of deceased woman say which he is so resistant to name are the souls of deceased women say to lure sailors to their deaths. Preposterous. Yes, indeed. If it is neither the sea nor the weather which is responsible, then it is probably a predatory entity of some sort. Perhaps a siren of some such. For all we know, it could be a fellow spice trader employing magics to seize and plunder passing vessels. Regardless, we have but one recourse, to let the current take us where it will and deal with whatever we find there. What a truly pragmatic suggestion. Oh, I am beginning to like you there. Once we arrive to our destination, my crew shall remain with the ship to defend it while we venture forth to deal with the cause of our troubles. De hecho, creo que debería ser así, porque hacerlo así como que se siente raro. Then it is settled. I know not what await us, but it will rue the day it really does in. Bueno. Tienen son sí. Bajo el mar. What? Why are you looking at me like that? I am as collected as ever. Carry on. Ya, al final. I think I was to refer to ghost stories as a child. I am glad to see that some things never change. I'll make sure that Taru stays below deck until we know it's safe. vamos a ponerle yo. Imagino que aquí es con... Ah, mira. Con gente. I'm not saying that I believe beyond shadow, also that vengeful spirits are plotting our demise at this very moment. I'm just saying we cannot discount the possibility. The fire one, Alice, was it? 'Tis a pity she holds our professions in such disdain. She should make an excellent pirate. Imagínate, le das a le dices a Lisa que se ponga un parche y un sombrero de pirata y ya con eso. Alisa me cae bien. Es directa, no se anda con tonterías. Uy, tenemos calamares. Muy bien. Vamos, feo, vamos. Dennis Day apenas es el primer boss. Ah, no es el segundo. Qué bonito. las lágrimas de los vírgenes. Kapluf. Ok, ahorita regreso. Creo que tengo que esperarme tantito todavía. A ver.
That appears to be the last of them. Word from the Misery. Repairs are complete, and we may resume our journey without further delay.
I swear, if I never hear another ghost story, it will be too soon.
I remember the sea, the smell of the salt, and the crash of the waves as we drew closer to Kugano.
Creo que esa toma no la voy a volver a ver
The only
nunca.
port open to outsiders in Higashi, across the Ruby Sea from Othard, from Dome. All the colors of the rainbow, all the peoples of the world, all in one place. I wish you could have seen it.
Ok, ahora sí, ahorita regreso. Ok, voy a tener muchas pausas. Ritual. I have never been happier to be back on terra firma. Our voyage was instead to me a new position for the surface which you not move on their own accord. Al final. I don't know what expecting, but I wasn't this. It's very colorful, is it not? Strange, is it just me or is the ground swaying? Probablemente todavía se esté moviendo porque es el puerto. Congratulations, you now stand in Kugane, the western port of Higashi. Regrettably, only port of this nation is. Regrettably, the only port in this nation open to foreign trade. Oh, and I do apologize for the unforeseen difficulties which befell us during our journey. Needless to say, your assistance in the overcoming them was much appreciated. Although you to have arrived, I will remind you all that we are far from home, with limited resources at our disposal. Really not, brother. I shall take care not to enjoy myself in any extent. Doma is our final destination, and our order of business should be to secure passage there. Captain Cavalline, earlier you pledged only to take us as far as Kugane, and I had no desire to change the terms of our agreement. I shall, however, be interested to know how you would go about reaching Oldhart were you in your position. As a result of stated the obvious, you are in a port. Surely there is a kind of generous soul here who will aid you to the right place. You cannot be the first traveler seeking passage to Roma. The captain makes a point. Just like that Yugiri and Gosetsu were forced to come here for the same reasons we were. They must have found a way to Orhar, assuming they are not still in the city. Are we seek passage? Maybe we should seek our friends. Leave it to me, Alfino. Making friendly inquiries is my specialty. Lest you forget, you got plenty of passages got. Captain Carvalline, could you lead to the nearest tavern? Desperate for a ringer we. You may find one at the left building just beyond the pier. Ay, tu pequeño hogar. Whatever your journeys have come to an end or are about to begin, the Shiokase Holstery is an ideal place to rest, relax, and reflect, or so they say. And with that, my dear Scions, I bid farewell. As soon as we have replaced our supplies, we must away. Ours were never a fast-moving business. The space train, you mean? But of course, solely you did not think I traveled halfway around the world and delivered you to your destination solely for the kindness of my heart. Where is the thought? Thank you, Captain. And may the navigator watch over and keep you. Very simple. Right then, to the hostery. Hostery. After you. Chun chun chun, ahí va la tropa. Ese barrilote.
By the 12. I thought Ishgard remarkable, but this... We are certainly not in Eorzea anymore.
A tavern is a tavern, Alphino, here or anywhere else. Now, if you'll excuse me, it's time to do what I do best.
Va a sacarle la información a la gente.
1,000 pardons, my lady.
Ah, mira.
The signs of the 7th dawn, I presume. I hope your voyage was not too trying.
And you are?
Ah, yes, of course. Forgive me. Hancock of the East Aldenard Trading Company, at your service. On behalf of Chairman Lolorito, I bid you welcome to Kugani and invite you to take refreshments at our local offices.
Lolorito? I was aware his interests extended beyond the borders of Eorzea, but not so far as Kugani. Regardless, I am disinclined to accept the hospitality of grinning merchants, especially those who serve a master with whom we have such a difficult relationship.
My, such naked suspicion. I do hope that business with the Crystal Braves did not rob you of all faith in your fellow man. Or do you really think the chairman is plotting to drag you into another one of his grand schemes?
I beg your pardon? If you are trying to win my trust, you are failing quite spectacularly.
Oh dear, have I offended you? Once again, I must apologize. Too much time in the Far East, you see. One is compelled to talk in circles round everything here, and one finds oneself longing for the invigoratingly candid speech of the Uldan markets. Though I see now that this was neither the time nor the place to indulge said longing. Might I suggest that we continue this conversation at the company offices? Too many eyes and ears here, you understand. It would be decidedly reckless to say any more.
If I may favor you with the invigorating candy you apparently crave, it would be decidedly reckless to follow a man I neither know nor trust. Give me one good reason why we should accept Lord Lolorito's invitation.
Now there's the young diplomat I was told to expect. Very well then, I shall explain. You understand that you are come to a most reclusive and secretive nation, yes? One whose borders are closed to foreign trade save at this single port. Then it should come as no surprise that a great many parties have vested interests here. Merchants like myself are a given, of course, but for every one of us, you may be certain there is also an agent of a foreign government. Many notable nations and empires have embassies here, you know, including, of course, the Garlean Empire, with whom you have such a difficult relationship.
To paraphrase, Kugani is teeming with Imperial spies, one or several of whom could now be listening to our every word.
Something to that effect, yes. Beneath this veneer of bustling trade, a war for supremacy is being waged between world powers. One might say we were standing on the front lines, just not in public.
I still have my doubts, but he may have a point. I say we accept his invitation for now.
The Sire Afinon has made his match. So there are Imperial spies everywhere? Great, just great. I don't trust him one bit, and neither should you. Forgive me, the mere mention of the East Alderan Trading Company is enough to move. I'm fine. Truly. You need not worry. And you must be Jengo, the Slayer of Ghosts, Raider of Dragons, Savior of Gisgard, Stealer of Pants, and some more to the rumor to be believed. Anyway, may I say what an honor and a pleasure it is to make your acquaintance. I just know you and I are going to get along famously. Now then, without further ado, allow me to escort you to the company offices. This being your first visit to our fair city, I shall make an effort to point out various landmarks along the way, if you would be so good as to follow me. Pero no quiero regresar acá para eso nada más, entonces vamos a hacer el attunement por aquí. Bueno, y este es el importante. Everyone, if I could have your attention, please. You are now standing in Tenkonto. Loosely translated, it means Spire of the Driving Souls, which, as some of you may have deduced, makes reference to the Aetherid which stands yonder. The design is slightly different from those of Charlayan. The Atrus is featuring is identical. A diplomat scholar, still wonders never cease. Far Eastern artillery technologies have long and historic tradition. I assure you, this particular example was constructed by the Onihishu, a collective of skilled craftsmen who wore their ancestral techniques with the utmost secrecy. In short, you will find no less reliable than these Western counterparts at all if you like. Beautiful today, maybe we cannot spend all day staring at the guys, at the artillery. Come, let us move along. The markets are next. Look, all this carrying the same. No, totally. They are. Is that it over there? Ah, is there a theater over there? No sé luego eso or Yugiri here. Not that I expected to stumble across them just like that, but it would have been nice. Well, I would expect no less of the support. He's still in my hat. We have arrived to the largest shopping. Yes. Shopping district in Kugane. Kugane Dori. Kugane, as you are soon aware, is an ancient hidden word for gold. So in this prosperous port, the golden fortunes are made. The fortunes of Kogane are earned by the local merchants. It's all quite logical once you learn the language. Now you are beginning to speak my language. Oh, I can speak it. What a pleasure to meet a young lady who appreciates the value of hard-won coin. Hancock says, Aldenar Company, you are witness today. Why did it, if it is a master captain, permit me to introduce you to my esteemed guest, but recently come from distant Eorzea. This kind of general soul supervises all transactions here in Kogane Dori. Your sincerity is ever appreciated. As he said, I am captain of Hakuchi clan. It is my honor to serve as overseer of these markets. As we receive many foreign visitors in Kugane, we accept all manner of currencies. Rest assured, your heirs and guild are welcome here. I invite you to peruse for wares at your leisure. Arms, armor, foodstuff, potatoes. Here you will find all of them and more. I don't think I haven't memorized every detail in the street. There's at least half dozen shops and soon rejoin my custom. The district up ahead has a different air about it. Where to next, I wonder? We're actually quite far from the docks now, aren't we? This place is bigger than I thought. If we may pause here for a moment. This road leads to Iljingai, the district known. The district is which engine for foreigners are permitted to reside. What is also where foreign embassies are found, including that of the Certain Empire. Precisely, you see? So you see, it will not be at all unusual to cross paths with one of our gallant cousins here. With this in mind, I will encourage you to choose your words carefully. We will not want any physical altercations after all. Such spats being strictly forbidden. The Seikengumi punish breaches of peace quite severely. I have seen foreigners permanently exiled for a single violation. Though to be fair, this is not common. More often than not, they are executed on the spot. What? Good down there? You're joking, right? Would I were, but alas, these samurais has humorless lot. Why, I recall one instance when a foreign merchant in his cups there laid hands on a Higan aristocrat in front of Seikengumi. The samurai could him in half with a single stroke. Ugh, I don't even want to think about that. So, as you see, it will behoove you to behave. Following that, we may be forced to part ways with one or another, or if with yourselves, in the manner of Legia de Legi. Eso estuvo buena. Oh, how am I with myself? We must carry on. But I had yet to show you the Garland Consulate. Nos espantaron. Estuvo bueno. Ay. Compared to Hingan architecture, it seems that one uninspired. Or maybe I have simply had my fill of Gallian aesthetics, such as they are. Danger, excitement, intrigue, oh my. Ay, Tataro. Some might call unwise to loiter outside the gates of the hostile Empire's consulate. So the building is full of guardians. This, as you may have surmised, is the consulate of you-know-who, marked the guards at the gate. Their uniforms no different from those as in the west. Where you travel far away, you will find that many such variations exist, often inspired by local designs, all which goes to show that even a massive empire seeking to rule all of creation is not without artisans. Esto es... Ok, sí. Okay. Ay, pues creo que hasta aquí vamos a llegar el día de esta noche. Iba a decir día, pero ya de noche. En fin. Ahora sí, pues gracias por la compañía. Nos vemos mañana con más Bloodstorm. Ay, en fin. Nos vemos mañana. Que tengan muy buena noche. Nos vemos. Que descansen. Chao.